Hello everyone, this is Alex the Sudoku, and we have the medium New York Times Sudoku from the 25th of August 2020. Today, I think, let's see, what haven't I done in a while? Let's have a look at my videos. So, I did normal medium yesterday. And the day before, I think I did a fast one. So I think today we are down to doing it with no notations at all. I'm a bit short on time today, so we'll see how we go. If we do well, we'll continue with no notations. Otherwise, we're going to try and just speed through it with notations. So let's see. I've got ones, locks a pair of ones there. 1, 1, 1, nothing to do. 2 is locked in here because of these 2s. So, what does that do for us? Nothing, so let's jump to 3s. I've got 2 3s here and 2 3s there, so that locks a 3 over there. And 3, 3, I've got a pair of 3s down here. Although this 3 and that 3 gives me a pointed pair, so I know that's got to be the 3. So now these 2 3s interact with that 3, giving me a 3 there, so I've got pair of 3s, so that's all the 3s. 4s, I've got another 4 here because of these 2 4s and that 4 interacting, so that gives me a pair of 4s, 4, 4, I think that's sort of 4s we can do. 5s, 5, 5, 5, not much on 5, 6s, 6, 6, 6, can't see anything on 6s either, so 7 is locked in here because of these 2, and that's sort of 7s we've got. And can't seem to do anything else with them, so what about 8? I have a feeling we're going to have to move on to normal notations because I don't think I have time for this. Can't see anything with 8s, so moving on to 9s. 9s, haven't got anything on 9s either, so okay, let's jump back to 1s quickly. I may go quiet a little bit as I just try and focus and look for things, but I think I'm probably going to jump to fast today rather than normal medium solve. Although I suppose if it's a bit tricky today, I may consider doing normal notations. So 5, can't see anything with 5s. 6s, 6, 6, 6. 6 are locked in there. Can't see anything with 6s. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do a normal one today. So I guess I can pretend this is an intro to just trying to do it without notations. Like, try to get as many numbers possible without notations to start with, and then see how we get on. Because I think trying to do it with no notations, we are now going to have to look at the quadruple areas already, which we're not going to do. Although, we've got 2 there, so this is 2, 4, 5, and 9. 2, 4, 9, 2, 4, 5, and 9. 5, 2, 9, no 4s, no. What about down here? These are 4, 4, 6, 7, and 8. 4, 6, 7, and 8. 7, 4, 6, 4, 7, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Nope. What about here? These are 2, 2, 5, 6, and 8. 2, 5, 6, and 8. 2, 5. No, I think we're just going to do normal notations now, just in light of time, so apologies for that. So let's see, these 2 1 sandwiches, a pair of notations there, these 2 1 sandwiches, a pair of notations there. 1, 1, 1, 2s, 2, 2, 2s, 2s locks a pair of pencil marking there. In fact, I bet that's what I needed. No, 2, 2, 2. So, what about 3s? I may be missing things because I'm still kind of like trying to rush through this. So these 2 3s locks a pair of 3s there because of that 3, and I've got another pair of 3s there because of these 3 threes interacting, and I think that's sort of threes. Although, didn't we say, oh no, I thought there was a pair of 4s as well, a pair of 4s locked in there, and because of these 2 4s, let's see, 4, 4, 4, can't see anything else with 4, so what about 5s? 5s I can't see anything, so let's skip to 6s. These 2 6s locks a pair of 6s up there, and maybe today's Sudoku is actually quite tricky, so I think I was a bit overzealous to try and do it with no notations. I have a feeling actually I'm looking for a naked single now, because I'm not making any advancements even with notations, which kind of makes sense because I think if I could have made advancements, I would probably have found some to do. So we haven't done many notations. I think we get the opportunity to try out one of the methods that I use in hard, which is to focus on a weak number. So I think we have at least a pair of numbers on every single digit. And what I would do is look at all the 9s and see if there's a naked single hidden somewhere where it interacts with lots of numbers. So let's just try an example. This cell sees a 9. So I know 9 is one of the weak numbers. So using a cell that sees a 9, I want to see are there any cells that can't see a specific number? So I can see 2, 3, 4, 5, but I can't see a 6 or 1, so that's a double at the very least. I can't see a 1, but I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I can't see a 7, so that's a 1 and 7 at the very least. What about this cell? I can see 1, 2, 3, because of 3, 4, 5. I can't see a 6, but I can see 7 and 9, so this is a 6 or 8. So I think looking at that, 8s are weak numbers as well, so it's actually useful to look at whether 8 and 9 interact, so I can rule out both the weak numbers. So this cell sees a 9 and an 8. I can see 1, 3, can't see a 2 or 4, so that's no use for us. What about here? I can see 8 and 9 here as well. So 1, can't see a 2, I can see 3, 4, I can't see a 5. So again, that's no use. Oh dear. And I think that's another cell. 1, I can't see a 2, 3, 4, but I can't see a 5, so that's 2 and 5. I feel like I'm missing something here, so as it turns out, the 2 is also a weak number, so what about the 5? Oh, 2, right, 2, 5 and 8 are all weak. 2, 5, 8, 9. So are there any cells that sees 2, 5, 8 and 9? I'm somewhat skeptical. I can't see an 8 in this case. It has 2, 3, 2, 5 and 9. This cell sees 2, 8 and 9 but can't see a 5. That's not very promising. So I'm going to go around with notations again to see if I've missed some notations somewhere. 2s. I think by rushing it, I'm probably missing some important information, like being blindsided. Can't see anything with 3s. What about 4s? 4, 4, 4, 4. Hold on, 4, no, 4. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. So yesterday I started doing some Sudokus with my friend who is just starting out really, and yeah, I think the medium yesterday was actually a bit of a doozy. Oh, I don't know how I missed the 8 here. So that's useful because that gives me another pair of 8. So this is a pointed pair of 8. This 8 blocks those 2 cells. So now this cell sees the 8 as well. So it sees 2, 5, 9 and 8, all 4 of the weak numbers. It sees 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't see a 7, so it could be a 1 and 7. But the 1s and 7s aren't weak numbers, so that's disappointing. I still can't... Oh, what about this cell? This cell also sees the 2, 5 and 9, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't see a 7, but I can see a pointed pair of 8 and 9, so this is actually a 7. So I don't know if that's what you're meant to do for this puzzle, but that felt quite hard for medium puzzle. It unlocks a pair of 7s up there, but let's see, it leaves us with a triple down here, which are 4, 6 and 8, right? Yeah, 4, 6 and 8. But I can't see, I can see a 4 on this column, but no 6 or 8. So 4s are in these two cells. Oh dear, I suppose it also unlocks a pair of 7s over here, which points back, giving me another pair of 7s over here. So this 7 locks these two cells, gives us a pair of pointed 7s, and they look backwards with the 7 into this column, into these rows, and that 7 locks those two cells, those 3 cells even. So now we've got a pair of 3s and 7s, so that has the property of locking these two cells from any other numbers. It also locks the 3s and 7s from the other numbers. 3s and 7s can't go in any of the other cells, and actually we can see 3, 7, 3, 7, and 3, 7 up there. So leaves us with a triple. I've got 1 here seeing into this cell, so I know that's a pair of 1s. And that in turn acts as a pointer pair, with that 1 looking into remaining these two cells, and that 1 locks that cell, so now I've unlocked a 1. Bit of convoluted logic there, but let's carry on. 6s, 6s can be in these two cells in a triple, so I'm looking for 1, 6 and 8, I believe, but 8 can't be seen in any of these cells, so I still can't resolve what these numbers are. So let's follow the 1s, and that 1, along with that 1 and that 1, locks a pair of 1s over here. So I've got 2 pairs, 4 pairs of 1s, so all the 1s are pencil marked in. I think now that we've changed the board a little bit, maybe worth seeing what we can do with it, so let's see. Since the board has changed, it's always worth looking around to see if it's developed any new digits for us. So 3, 3, 3. I know 3s are locked in these two cages, so what about 4s? 4, 4. Okay, so now 4s are locked in these two cells because that 4 sees into these rows. So now I've got a pointed pair of 4s looking up, erasing another 4. So that's got to be a 4. So now that 4 looks down with the pointed pair, locks these two columns. So I've only got 4 in these two cells, and one of them sees a 4, so 4's got to be there. And now these two work nice together over here, and I've got 4 looking into this cell, so 4 has to be here. And now these two 4s look down, giving us another pair of 4s. So that's sort of 4s pencil marked in, so quite a few changes going on there. What about 5s now? 5s, nope, no developments on 5s. What about 6s? 6, 6. Pardon me. So 6s have to be in one of these 3 cells, so that's a pointed triple. So 6 can't go in these two cells, and I've got another 6 here locking these two columns. And I've got 6 here seeing into this cell, so 6 has to go in there. And now we've got a 1, 6 pair in these two cells. So remember, that pushes out any numbers from these two cells, so the 3 has just been pushed out. And that 3 is useful because it unlocks these 3, 7 pairs. So whenever you see a pair, if one is resolved, then the other has to be resolved as well. So 3 and 7s are done. So what else can we do? Let's see. We were working on 6s before, so let's focus on the 6s. I can't see any more 6s, so what about 7s? Do apologise with my phone pinging off in the background. These two 7s locks a pair up there in the column. These two 7s already locked a pair in there. So I think that's sort of 7s we can do. What about 8s? Well, I know this 8 and these pointer pair of 8 locks a pair of 8s over here. And I think that's all we can do with the 8s. Yep, so what about 9s? Well, that 9 sees into these cells, well, specifically this cell, it locks a pair of 9s there. It also means there's a pair of 9s up here. But before I move on, if I look at this column, I've only got 2 values left in this in here, and they have to be, let's see, they have to be 2s and 8s. So, sorry, 2s and 9s even. So if they're 2s and 9s, can I see anything else? If that, no, I can't. So if that's a 2 and 9, I'm left with a triple here. So actually, this 8 sees that cell, so 8s have to be there. And now I'm missing a 3. So that 3, no, not missing a 3. I'm missing a 5. But I can't see any 5s from these 3 cells. So let's carry. Oh, hang on. No, I can't see any 5s. So let's move on. I was on 9s. So what else can 9s do? Nothing actually. So okay, let's step back a little bit and attack the weak areas. So any weak areas, I define them as areas where we've only got 2 or 3 candidates left. And so, for example, I've got 2 candidates left here, but I've already pencil marked them in, so they're not resolvable. So I've got a triple here. So let's have a quick look. Well, actually, I can see, I don't know what the 3 numbers are just yet, but I noticed there's a 9 in there, and I can quickly spot this cell can't be a 9, this cell can't be a 9 either, so that actually resolves to 9. So with that 9, can I do any more pencil markings? No, we can't, but I'm left with a pair here now, so they are 2s and 5s. I can see a 2 in this cell, so that means there has to be a 5, and that has to be the 2. And that does 2 things. That 2 knocks out that 2 and resolves this 2. Does it do anything else? 2, 2, yes, it does. This 2 interacting with that 2 locks a pair of 2s in there. And I think that's the end of that. So I'm going to rewind back to, where was I? 2s and 5s. So that 5 along with that 5 locks a single 5 in here, which pushes out an 8. So 8 is in there, and that pushed out a 7, so 7 is in here. So 7, I'm just going to do a quick scan. I can't see, oh yes, so 7, although not directly through the 7, this 7 has locked a pair of 7s here, and that creates a pointed pair of 7s, erasing that pencil marking, leaving a 7 down here. So these are the only 7s left. So let's rewind back to, was it the 8? Yes. Can the 8 do anything? Well, I've got 2 8s here. That locks an 8 in this row, so that 8 can be placed, which erases that 7 and forces 7 in here. So that's all the 7's done, so that leaves me with a single here, and there's only one missing digit, which is a 9. So does that 9 do anything for us? Yes, that 9 in conjunction with that 9 locks a pair of 9s in here, and that's about it. So let's rewind back to the 9. I've actually lost my place now because I can't remember what I was doing before that. So I'm just going to look around the board for another weak area to tackle, basically. So I've got another weak area. Oops, I've got another weak area here. So the missing digits are 9 and 8. So I can't resolve them just yet. So I'll just pencil mark them in. So does that give us anything as a result? Well, if the 8s are in this column, I've got another 8 here, so that forces an 8 in column 7 over here, and that 8 in turn forces a pair of 8s here, but that doesn't unlock anything for us. So, but that 8 has created another pair here, so these are 4s and 6s. I can't see the 6, so, but they're in 2 separate cages, so I'm not going to pencil mark them in because I don't want to confuse myself with a single 6 here thinking, oh, I've resolved the 6 now. But looking up, I can see I've got a single digit left in this cage now because the 1s and 6s are locked in these 2 cells. So therefore, there has to be a 2. So that 2, these 2 2s work together, locking a pair of 2s down here. So not much else I can do with that. So anything else? I've got another weak area here with 2 digits left. So these are 5s and 6s. I also can't see where they go. So although actually I can see 6 doesn't go there because I've got pointed pair of 6s here, so that has to be a 5, and that has to be the 6. So now the 6 erases the 6 pencil marking there, resolving the 1 and 6, and that 1 erases that pencil marking, giving us a 1 here, and that's all we can do. Also, in this cage, I noticed there's only one cell left, and that's a 9. And this 9 erases the 9 over here, resolving the 2 and 9 over here. This 2 now forces a 2 up here, which forces 6 over here, and that leaves me with a 1-5 pair, but I don't know where they go, but they're in the same cage, so I can pencil mark them in. I must have left me some other weak areas now, so I can't see any 2. Oh, hang on, there's a single here. So since there's an 8 and 9 locked in those cells, there has to be a 5 now. So that 5 forces a pair of 5s over here. And does it do anything else? No, it doesn't. But it also locks a pair down here. And these are now 4s and 6s. I still can't resolve them, but again, they're in the same cage. So I can pencil mark them in. I'm running out of 2-digit cells to play with, so I think we're going to have to look at some of these triples now. But I think 6 is one of the problematic numbers, so looking at these two 6s, they lock a 6 in this column, so that resolves the 6 over here, 9 over here, and that 9 surely does something. That 9 locks a pair of 9s. Oh, we still can't resolve them, that's unbelievable. Although, well, there's something wrong in here. Oh, because there's a 2 up there, so that actually can't be a 2 anyway. So that forces a 2 in here, and that pushes the 8 out. 8 goes in here, pushes the 5 out. Oops. So 5 has to go there, and 9 has to go there now. So we do have some resolutions. That 8 now locks the 9 and 8 over here. And what else does it do? I've got 1 locked in here because I've got 1, 5 on this column, but I've got 5 over here, so 1, 5, 1. So that can't be a 1 anymore. I have to have a 5 in this cage, not in this cell, so it has to be an 8. So 8 and 5 resolved, and that 8 forces an 8 in here, and that pushed out a 4, and now we're left with a 6. And that 4 over here pushes the 4 out and resolves the 6 and 4. That's today's medium Sudoku, which is actually trickier than I expected. But that gives me just in time for work. So I hope that's been useful. And I'll come back tomorrow and hopefully with a bit more time and do a normal, not normal, but a no notations medium Sudoku. Until then, please like and subscribe if I help you in any way. It really helped my channel grow, basically. So otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!